Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great.
One Jaron Ennis shocked the boxing world when he shared his honest opinion about Terence Crawford's place in boxing.
That's the fight that everybody want to see. Yeah. I want to do it.
Do you respect him as, like, when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know? And then that one time that I did, we said they called, and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So like,
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money, do your thing, but don't be capping on the net.
That's a good fight. That's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Probably at middleweight or something. That's like a vacant belt. That's definitely up there. That's definitely a big fight. Probably Shakur and Tank too, maybe. That's like right on the same. But yeah, that's that. You might not be lying. That might be the biggest fight.
Instead of calling the three-division undisputed champion one of the all-time greats, the young star admitted that he doesn't see Crawford in that category, even though many fans and analysts have been praising Crawford as one of the greatest to ever step into the ring after his huge win over Canelo Alvarez. Ennis has his own view. For him, the real legends remain the old-school icons like Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, and Sugar Ray Leonard. While many were surprised that he didn't rank Crawford higher, Ennis made it clear that his personal list of all-time greats is different, and Crawford
just isn't on it.
With this win, everybody said Crawford elevated his status. He's the GOAT. Do you think this win puts him on Mount Rushmore or makes him a GOAT in boxing?
Everybody got their own opinion, so.
What's yours?
My opinion is I like who I like. I like Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker.
Who do you think?
I'm liking Sugar Ray Leonard. I've been watching a little bit of Sugar Ray Leonard. And James Tony. They my top guys that I've been watching.
Fair enough.
The timing of Ennis's comments stirred even more debate, as Crawford had just pulled off one of the most historic wins in boxing. Earlier this month, he moved up in weight and defeated Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision to become the undisputed super middleweight champion. This made Crawford the first male fighter in history to win undisputed titles in 3 different divisions. The fight was one of the most anticipated in years, with fans arguing whether Crawford's smaller size would cost him. But on fight night, the Omaha native proved that skill and ring IQ can overcome size, as he outboxed Canelo and added another legendary chapter to his career.
A shot and we landed at the same time. I looked at him and I told him, like, yeah, you felt that. I was just letting him know that it's going to be a long night.
Last 30 seconds of the fight, what was going through your mind then?
Close it out. Just close it out. If I didn't have that mindset of finishing the fight and making sure that I close it out, then it would have been a draw. Being that I wasn't the champion, I was the challenger. I wanted to make sure that the judges see that I was in control from the beginning to the end. I just knew it was going to be my day. I came out smiling. I don't never come out smiling. I'm always focused. I was ready for whatever he brought. I was just...
For Ennis, respect doesn't automatically mean calling someone an all-time great. The Philadelphia native, who has already unified titles at welterweight, is focused on building his own legacy. Next month, he'll move up to super welterweight for the first time to face Portugal's Wills Lima at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Interestingly, one of the fighters Ennis named as a favorite, Roy Jones Jr., had nothing but praise for Crawford. The Hall of Famer, an all-time great, was asked who he currently considers the best fighter in the world. Despite big wins from Alexander Usyk and Naoya Inoue, Jones said Crawford is number 1. He explained, "Right now, I have to go with Crawford because of how far he's climbed. He started at 135 and went all the way to 160. That's a big jump. Usyk is amazing too, but Crawford had to show more skill across more divisions. It's really close, maybe 1A and 1B, but Crawford edges it." Jones's comments reignited comparisons between Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, who retired undefeated at 50-0 and is often seen as one of the greatest ever. When Crawford was asked if he now ranked above Mayweather, he responded with humility and respect. He said he doesn't like comparing himself to Mayweather, calling him one of the greatest of all time and the defining fighter of his era. Crawford said he sees himself as the defining fighter of today's generation, and even credited Mayweather for setting the example from work ethic to discipline.
To start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather, how do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. There ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
While Crawford continues to dominate headlines, his longtime trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre recently gave fans an update on how much longer Crawford might fight. McIntyre, who has been with Crawford since his debut in 2008, said the 38-year-old probably has 2 or 3 fights left before retirement. He mentioned that Crawford made his win over Canelo look almost effortless and revealed that the team is already planning what's next. One option being discussed is a move down to middleweight to challenge Janibek Alimkhanuly, the unified WBO and IBF champion from Kazakhstan. Janibek has already welcomed the idea and said it would be a huge opportunity for Crawford to go for his 6th world title in another division.
I feel like you should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win.
You know what? They made it look so easy. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Got 2, 3 more in him. So, you know what I'm saying? Training camp will try harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
I'll make them 5 weight divisions. There's not many people that
that'd be great.
Oscar and Manny.
That'd be great.
If not, do you think he stays at 160? You want to see him stay at 160?
I don't know. We'll see.
In terms of just overall, I know a lot has been said about Terence now being amongst the greatest fighters in history. Where do you rank him? Should we rank him like that? Is it difficult because, you know, eras?
I would say when you say the best, name the best fighters ever in the history of boxing, you're gonna have to say Ray Robinson. You're gonna have to say Jack Dempsey. Then you gotta say Terence Crawford. He's up there.
The speculation about Crawford's next opponent doesn't end there. Another interesting name calling him out is Sebastian Fundora, the towering WBC light middleweight champion who stands 6'5½". Fundora admitted he was rooting for Canelo because of the size difference, but he also gave Crawford full credit for using his ring IQ to win, despite his own height and reach advantage. Fundora said he would gladly welcome Crawford back to 150 pounds if that's the path he chooses. At the same time, he also believes Crawford may now be looking ahead to challenges at 160.
So I think he's going back to 160, but yeah, we're welcome. Why not?
Gabby, for you on the weekend, I know you're a big supporter of boxing and whatnot, and I think I've actually seen Crawford speak about you sometimes in interviews. What did you think of the fight, and were you rooting for Canelo, or did you think that Crawford could do it?
I was also rooting for Canelo, but again, to going off Sebastian, that it was Crawford fought smart. Crawford fought smart. He knew his range and his shots, and he felt comfortable that there was times where he was fighting in the inside with Canelo and he was getting the better shots. So I think he felt comfortable in that division, and he'll probably stay there, maybe go down one weight class down, but who knows? Props to him. They're 2 icons in a legend in sport of boxing.
Well said. Do you think the rematch needs to happen? What's the next fight for Crawford for both of you? What do you think that, is it a rematch or?
It probably won't be a rematch. I don't think so. There's no need. There's no reason to.
It didn't look like he Canelo wanted that rematch, honestly. But Crawford can do whatever he wants right now. He can go up if he wants to. He can go down. I hear there's talks of him and Benavidez. So there's all kinds of names that are coming. Yeah, are coming out for Crawford. Crawford is the #1 in the sport right now. So everything. He has everything right now.
While the focus remains on Crawford, the aftermath of the fight has been just as dramatic for Canelo Alvarez. For the first time in 7 years, the Mexican superstar no longer holds a world title. His loss to Crawford was only the 3rd of his career, joining Floyd Mayweather and Dmitry Bivol as the only men to ever beat him. With 68 fights behind him, talk quickly began about whether the 35-year-old might retire, especially since his recent performances have shown he may not be at his best anymore. However, reports confirm that Canelo isn't finished yet. He will undergo elbow surgery, which will keep him out until at least April next year.
Out with Canelo Alvarez, I understand you have an update.
Yes, Max. Canelo Alvarez obviously coming off of that tough loss to Terence Crawford earlier this month. I'm told that he's going to have elbow surgery. He was set to return in February in Riyadh. for the third fight of that deal. That fight is now going to be delayed until Q2 or Q3 of 2026. So Canelo's going to have the surgery and then he'll come back.
For people who don't know, what does Q2 and Q3 mean?
The second quarter of the third quarter of the year.
Third quarter.
April, May, June.
So anywhere between
April
so
and
January,
September.
February, March
Q1
is off. That's Q1. So anywhere from April
to September.
Through September in
Correct.
that area.
In that area, Canelo Alvarez still the face of boxing. Even after the loss, he's going to come back, and the expectation will be it would be in Riyadh. He has 2 more fights remaining on that deal.